So today we're going to be taking up, I want to show you just a little demonstration on how to take up this nasty unitary backing, which is probably the worst commercial carpet there is to take up. So stick around and we'll show you how to do it. So the difference between the unitary backing and the traditional action back is this is your traditional action back. As you can see, it has lines running in both directions, which actually forms little squares on the backing of the carpet. Your unitary backing is pretty much the exact same thing without the nylon weaved in it crossways and longways there to make the little squares. So if you can see this right here, it is lacking the squares, and it's just got the I'm not sure exactly what it is that they make that out of, but it's just like the backing is the fibers, and then it's just like a layer of glue on the backing to hold the fibers in place. And what happens is whenever you try to pull it up, because it does not have the little squares and it's glued down, the fibers is what's actually glued to the floor. So when you pull it up, you have a really hard time, and you end up with a mess like this rather than just pulling up clean commercial carpet, as you've seen in other of my videos, how it comes up pretty nice and simple. Well, it's not really simple because there's nothing easy about taking up glue down, but anyway, the unitary backing is definitely the hardest glue down to pull up because of the way it is made. So I just want to demonstrate on how we're doing it here. Once again, I'm using the Crain stand-up cutter. Let me see if there's a number on it here for you. I don't think there is. But anyway, that's what it's called. It's the Crain stand-up cutter. It has no number on it, or else I would tell you. But anyway, it's got a point here that digs into the floor, and this razor blade, when it goes under the carpet, it actually forces that carpet up on the blade. And I'm able to cut my rows like this, and then after I get a bunch of stuff cut up like this, I'll take a machine and scrape it up, and I'll show you and talk about that in just a minute. So again, I'm just going to put that point on the floor, and I'm going to give it a push. Now this thing will extend. You can twist it and extend it. Let me see if I can get it to do it. I never do it, so it might be a little stiff on me. But as you can see, this thing does extend out, so you can make it comfortable for however tall you are or short you are or whatever. But I like to keep it myself all the way in. That way I can really get my weight behind it right there, because this is no joke. Taking up glue down carpet is no joke. So I like to really be able to get in on it, and you definitely need to with this unitary backing because it is like super stuck. And as well, whoever installed this used the wrong trowel. The trowel marks in the glue are like 1/4 inch apart, so they really laid the glue on heavy, which is making it really tough to get up. So I'll just do a quick demonstration with this real fast. So one of the benefits of this is you can do a whole bunch with one side of the blade, and then you can flip the blade over. All of this is one blade, what I've got cut up here already. And let me get that. There we go. And then you can flip your blade around, and plus it keeps you off of your knees, which if you're a floor guy, that's pretty important, to be off your knees as much as possible. So I'm just cutting it in strips about 6 or 8 inches wide, because of the machine I'm going to use is I think has a 6-inch blade on it. So
have this glove here too as well. Kind of protects my palm from right there. So I wear this glove a lot whenever I'm hammering, or I'm using this hand a lot for just to protect it, because this stuff is no joke. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, actually let me show you what happens there whenever you try to pull just the backing up. So as you can see, all the strings and stuff already just from cutting it. I want to show you what it's like. If you've seen my other videos on tearing up commercial carpet, you can take this. This is made by Taylor, and it's a carpet puller. What it does, when you put the carpet in it and close, it bites down on the carpet. So what you do, you hook your carpet in there and pull it, and you can just see the mess. So it just strings all apart. Let me show you real quick. So you see how that does? So I've chosen to use a machine on this just because after you pull it up, you have all that mess, and plus it's extremely hard to pull down. See if you can get zoomed in on these glue marks right here. Can you see them? Okay. So as you can see, this is like I don't know, maybe a ceramic trowel or a thin wood trowel or something that somebody used, because this should be like 16th by 16th by 16th inches is the trowel that you should use on commercial carpet. Well, this is clearly a lot heavier glue than that. You can tell by the width of the lines in the glue there. So I'm going to go get that machine and I'll show you what it is. We'll talk about that for a minute, and then I'll show you how easy that works with taking this unitary carpet up. Okay? Okay, so this is the machine I was talking about, and the same with the little mini floor scraper I was using on the video how to take up sticky towels. It was little Eddie or Fast Eddie or a little mini floor stripper. I always get extra blades. They only charge you if you use them, so it don't never hurt to have a couple extras. They do send you out with a blade, and these blades are double-sided, just like the ones that go on the mini strippers. And these right here actually tells you what side this is for concrete and this side is for wood, so that gives you a better idea of you don't have to experiment with it and see which works best, because it tells you what side's for concrete and what side's for wood. This comes with a wrench right here. This has got a couple of, if you can see right here, it's the FCS 16 Ripper Stripper, and this is again a Home Depot tool rental. They get quite a bit of business from me whenever I'm doing different jobs, because I don't do enough to buy machinery like this as far as commercial work and stuff, but this runs $90 a day, so you can get a lot done in one day for 90 bucks versus killing yourself, because this is definitely a lot easier than manually doing this. So I am going to put this concrete side the way it goes. Let me loosen this. This comes with a little hex hex head bit right there. I'm going to lean this back so it's not bothering me. I'm just going to do this while I stick that in there. It's a shame they ain't got no bigger ones. They was temporarily out. They usually have 10-inch blades for this, but they was out, which kind of stinks because I'm only going to be able to do 6 inches at a time here. And to be honest with you, this blade right here don't look like it's been sharpened very well, so I might end up using a brand new one. looks kind of rough there, so we'll see how it works out. They resharpen these things there at Home Depot, so whoever done this one don't look like they done such a hot job. Anyway, I want to put that blade about in the middle, and I'll lean it back up. Okay, there's a little slot right there in the top of that for that. And okay, tell me when. All right, so naturally I left that unplugged while I was messing with the blade and stuff like that. Dang, these plugs are loose. Anyway, there's a lever right here. It raises it and lowers it, and I'm going to start out down, the back down, which is going to cause this to go at more of an angle like that rather than tilting it up like that. I don't think it's going to need to be raised way up like that unless I was cutting vinyl or something like that up. So I am going to lower it down some to where it's not so straight up and down. I'm going to get my blade right underneath the edge of the carpet right there to begin with, and there's a button right here. I'm going to push it and we're going to go and we're going to see how it does, okay? Okay, let me go up with it a little bit more. Not working out so hot. I might have to want to change the blade, I guess. So a while ago you see me struggle with this little bitty blade. It is made for this, but it just you can see the difference in width, how wide this is compared to this one. And even with this machine lowered all the way down, I think it's too much of an angle to, because it is wider, I think it makes it go too straight up and down for it to work good on this carpet. So the Home Depot we rented this machine from did not have these. So we went to another one and actually got a couple of these blades from another Home Depot, which works a whole lot better. This little knob right here, it will you can turn it and it causes the machine to go up or down. Okay, can you see that? See it raise up there, and then that goes back down. That will give you whatever angle that you want on your blade, depending on what you want to take up. If you was taking up sheet vinyl or something like that, naturally you would want it at more of an angle so it would cut better, but I don't need it so much with this commercial carpet. Right here we got these two knobs on the back here. If you loosen them up, you can adjust the handle up and down, just however it feels good for you. I like it. It feels pretty good all the way up for myself. Whenever you're using this, you probably want to cut your strips of carpet at about 6 inches wide. It's going to be about right. So let's get a run and see how it did compared to the skinny blade that you seen me struggling with a few minutes ago. This is going to be a lot better, so let's check it out there. Still got to put some effort into it. The stuff just don't crawl up off the floor by itself, but it does come up nice and clean. You don't have to go back, pull your strings up, scrape your strings up that it leaves on the floor or anything like that. Look at that, I like that right there when it just rolls itself right up. That's nice. So that's about 6 or 7 inches wide right there, and that's about the right width for the machine to do good. I guess it would also depend on how stuck down the carpet was. If it wasn't stuck so bad, you could probably make it even a little wider. So I guess it would depend on a lot of things, whether it was really stuck or not so bad stuck or whatever. But for this particular case, about 6 inches, 6 or 7 inches is actually about right. Like I said, you do still have to put forth some effort, but it is coming up nicely. A little bit off the side of that right there and make it a little easier. Yeah, that's much better. So that's pretty much the gist of this machine. Again, it is the FC S16 Ripper Stripper, and you can rent this machine at Home Depot. It runs $90 a day. If you're a pro member, you only have to put a $1 deposit down. If you don't have an account with Home Depot, then you got to put a $100 deposit down. But that will go toward your rental fee whenever you turn the machine back in. And as always, whenever I rent something that takes blades, from there I do get more than one blade. As you can see, I got that one, and then I got another brand new one here, because when they do get dull, it does cause extra unnecessary work. So again, this is Unitary backing carpet, not your average action back carpet, and that's why I've chosen to use the machine, just because it was coming up so stringy and somebody over glued it. So maybe that helps somebody if they come across this type of carpet that's really stuck and it just starts coming up real dreadful. Here you go, the Ripper Stripper from Home Depot. Thank you for watching.